All right. Let's see. We've got Antonio Adolfo coming up here in just a moment. This is 97.3 and 107.9 The Rock. CentralCoastCommunityRadio.org, where you can stream us live right now, and you can also stream us on demand later after the show's done, up to 2 weeks. Go to the Archives tab and then scroll down and click on Tuesday Lunch with Abe. The rest won't be obvious, but here's the thing. There's 4 recordings. The first recording that you encounter is the last 2 hours of this show. The second recording is the first 4 hours of this show. Hello, Antonio. Glad to have you back.
Hello, Abe. My pleasure here. How are you?
I'm good. Are you calling from Florida today?
No, I'm calling from Rio.
Oh, from Rio de Janeiro. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yes. Well, congratulations on, I don't usually talk about politics, but I know there's been a sea change of the election just recently. So congratulations on that. Hopefully things will get better. And this is your third visit here, and I want to thank Holly Cooper of Mouthpiece Music for introducing your newest Octet and Originals on AAM Music Records. And you're really prolific. And I noticed you've got Ricardo Silveira. I've had him on the show before too, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he had his own album out a couple of years ago, I believe it was. And and then you've done all these fabulous arrangements. This first one I wanted to play is called Heart of Brazil, and this is a departure for you because most of your albums have featured vocals, but this is an all instrumental album, right?
Totally instrumental, yes, totally instrumental. This one, yes.
What made you decide to do that versus vocals?
Oh, normally I don't do totally vocals. Normally I do more instrumentals. Normally I have 1 or 2 tracks with vocals, but this time I decided to do just instrumentals. Even I know that some of the tunes are songs that have lyrics, like Pretty World, like Heart of Brazil. There are 3 or 4 songs in the album that have lyrics.
But you know,
but that's what I decided to do, just because this is a tribute to my octet. This album is also a tribute to my octet.
Yeah, and in the octet, you've got yourself playing on piano. You've got Jesse, is it Sadak?
Yes.
On the trumpet and flugelhorn on a couple of tracks. You've got Danilo Sina on alto sax, Marcello Martins on tenor sax and flute on 2 tracks. You've got on trombone Rafael Roca and Ricardo Silveira on guitar, Jorge Helder on acoustic bass, and on drums and percussion, you've got Rafael Barata on 4 tracks. So let's hear Heart of Brazil. This is Antonio Adolfo here on The Rock. Well, thanks for listening. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's Tuesday Lunch with Abe on 97.3 and 107.9 The Rock. Heart of Brazil, Antonio Adolfo from his new album Octet and Originals. And this is, can you pronounce the Portuguese title of Heart of Brazil?
Oh, Coração do Brasil.
Thank you, because I wouldn't have been able to say that. Not very good. Portuguese is I love Portuguese. I love the language, but I'm not good at speaking it. And this was recorded, was this recorded in Rio?
Yes, I recorded in Rio. It was in May. I think it was in May, yes, this year. I recorded in Rio de Janeiro, a nice studio, and close to the ocean. Very nice place.
Oh, so when you're done with the recording, do you just walk outside and you can see the ocean from the studio?
Yes, and you can go for a dive or so.
Yeah, that sounds. It's literally on the beach?
No, it's like 1 block from the beach.
Well, that's very close, though. That sounds nice. I've always had this room.
It's close to a mountain also, because Rio de Janeiro you have a combination of mountains, big mountains, and the ocean. That's nice. And the mountains are covered by trees, very big, like big trees. That's very South American atmosphere.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Rio. It's a very romantic destination. I've never been, but I've featured music from not only yourself, but a bunch of other artists, including, if I can just remember, Frank Colon. You know Frank?
Frank who?
Colon, C-O-L-O-N.
Oh, Frank Colon, of course. I met. He's a great percussion player.
He is.
Yes.
I still play his record.
He lives here in Brazil.
Yeah, I think he's still there. Yeah, there's so much great music in Brazil, and I'm trying to think of Brazilian food, and I love it. What is a typical Brazilian meal? I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a feijoada, which is a black bean mix of sauce and meats, pork meats, mainly pork meats, and that we got that from the African influenced people,
right, from
Bahia, Rio de Janeiro, and that's a very nice dish. Also, we have like barbecue, but barbecue we have everywhere. But the barbecue in Brazil, they have a special taste. They have with a manioc flour on that.
Oh, manioc. Yeah, I've heard of manioc. I've never had it. Wow, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry. Well, this next track is Boogie Baião. And what is Baião? What is that word?
Baião is a style of music from the Brazilian Northeast.
Oh, the Northeast. So is that? I mean, this whole album is instrumental music, and I'm thinking, is that a particular style of music you're saying from the Northeast? What is it about that music that makes it different from, let's say, other music in Brazil?
Mainly, I have to say that in this tune, if you listen to this tune, you're going to notice there are a combination of two different scales. We call the Vixolydian and the Lydian. So they call the northeastern scale, which is, that has that taste of, that's typical of the northeast of Brazil. Those notes from that scale. I cannot sing right now to show it, but if you listen to the track, you're going to recognize that you have a little bit different from the blues, a little bit different from other styles, but it's a sort of modal. But this track, this song, this tune has some influence of boogie woogie and the boom 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 boom. That makes me recall a little bit of Henry Mancini.
Oh, Henry Mancini.
The Pink Panther. Remember the Pink Panther?
Yes, of course. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe that inspired me for the introduction for the song.
So it's based on the quadrilla rhythm.
Quadrilla is another track, has a quadrilla. Quadrilla is another dance from the Northeastern. That is a different track. Is the Emma Wood. I think is the third track of the album.
Okay. Well, let's play Boogie Baião here. Antonio Adolfo on Tuesday Lunch. if that didn't get you up and dancing, nothing will. That's Boogie Bayou, Antonio Adolfo from his Octet and Originals album, out now on AAM Music. And wow, love that track. And one of the other things that you have on here is a song called Pretty World. And apparently this is a fairly well-known Brazilian composition.
Yes, this song I wrote in the 1969 or 1968 and was recorded by many people abroad. I mean, like people in the U.S., like Sergio Mendes, who is Brazilian, but he still lives in California. It was recorded also by Herb Alpert. It was recorded by Stevie Wonder, also by a recent recorder by Sheila. I don't know how to pronounce the name. She's very linked to Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
Because it's a song that many people know, and that happens. That helps a lot.
Have you've recorded this before, though, haven't you?
I did. But this arrangement this time is different because the octet makes it sound more fat. No, the sound is more like fat sound.
Oh, here it is. Pretty World on the Rock. You know, if you like what you're hearing on this show and all the other shows that are on this station, please consider making a donation. We are listener supported. We're 100% listener supported. And you are the listener in listener support. CentralCoastRadio.org is the website. It's all tax deductible. And if you want to get some nice swag, well, there's a rock tote, there's T-shirts, there's hats. All this stuff is there. So you don't have to just donate. You can actually get something for your donation, which is a great thing. And it keeps us on the air, and it makes us very, very happy. This is Tuesday Lunch with Abe on The Rock. My guest today, Antonio Adolfo, calling in from Rio de Janeiro. Octet and Originals is the name of the record. And we just heard his original composition, Pretty World, which I'm going to actually play after this segment. Daniela Soledade has a music video that she did of her version of that, and it's featuring you in the video playing piano, and that's wonderful. And you've known her since she was a baby, right?
Yes.
And her parents are very famous. I can't remember who they are, but you could tell me.
That's her grandparent, Paulo Soledade. He was like a famous Brazilian composer.
Oh, a composer. Oh, I see. I wish I knew everything, but I don't. I've got to educate myself. Well, this next one is a TV theme that you wrote. Teletema. Teletema?
Teletema, yes. You did right. You're doing
and this was
better.
This was a show in Brazil?
There was a TV series they had in Brazil, like a soap opera. And then they were looking for a love team for that soap opera, for that series.
Oh, so you must have gotten some nice residuals. You know, you get paid every time it goes on TV, right?
Yeah, that's good. Not bad.
Well, this is let's see. I'm going to have you pronounce it.
Teletema. That's right. Good.
Okay, good. And that's off of Antonio Adolfo's Octet and Originals. If you want to get this record, it's available everywhere. All the streaming sites, and if you want to get the physical CD, it's Amazon and yada, yada, yada. And if you want to check out Antonio's site, it's AntonioAdolfomusic.com. AntonioAdolfo music, AntonioAdolfomusic.com. And you're thinking of coming to California next year or something like that? Is that what you were saying?
Yes. This is one of my plans to visit again California. I used to live in Los Angeles in 1989, I think. Yes, for 1 year I was teaching at the school, at Grove Music School.
Oh, Grove Music? No kidding. Wow.
Yes, I was teaching Brazilian music in some of the places there, like Musicians Institute, also in Santa Monica College, and we stayed there for maybe 1 year and a half with my family, my two daughters, my wife. And then I love California. I love this place where you are. I know that area, the Carmel, Big Sur, San Luis Obispo, and also I love wine. To taste wine. That's
you'd be in a good place here for that. And if you do come, let me know in advance, and maybe we could get you a concert set up. It'd be nice to hear you play.
I would do that, for sure. For sure, I would do that. Yeah.
Well, we're going to end this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Whenever I go, I will let you know first.
Okay. We're going to end this segment with, I'm going to play two tracks in a row. One is Zaboom Baya, and the other is Ta'ada Moderna. And these are the last two tracks on Octet and Originals. And are you starting to plan on your next record, Antonio?
Not yet. I have to take a break now because I've been doing every year I've been doing an album. I've been with you here in the show for two times already.
Three times, actually.
Yes. So I think maybe next year, I'm not sure if I'll release my album, maybe some association with another different artist, or I keep doing production for other artists also. So I don't know if I will have time to dedicate to a new album next year.
Well, you have been prolific. You've put out 25 albums as leader. That's a lot of albums and a lot of work. So, take...
But I have some age for that, no, because I'm not a young guy.
I thought you were 23.
Oh, no.
Well, thank you thank you much to Mouthpiece Music and Holly Cooper and Antonio Adolfo. And I hope you do come here to California. We'd love to meet you and hear you play. There are some places here that I think we could even help you get a rhythm section together as long as you have the charts, you know. And there's some really fine players here that play by reading music, and they're very, very good.
That would be great. That would be great, and I look forward to that.
Well, have a nice evening in Rio de Janeiro, and thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Abe. It's my pleasure. And hello, people. Thank you very much for listening to my music. It will be a pleasure to see you again.
This is 97.3 and 107.9, The Rock.
We can gather rain enough for the stream to hold our happy faces. When you want a breeze, I'll blow you a kiss or two. Take me in your arms and our little world will be the place of places. Nothing else to make but breakfast and love. We'll hang a little sign that just says paradise, population 2. I know together we can make a pretty world for me and for you, for you. It's what I long to do, to make a world with you. Why don't we take a little piece of summer sky, hang it on a tree? Or that's the way to start to make a pretty world for you and for me. And for the sun we'll find a lemon bright balloon. You can hold the string. Oh, can't you see that little world of ours will be the prettiest thing? We can gather rain enough for the stream to hold our happy faces. When you want a breeze, I'll blow you a kiss or two. Take me in your arms and our little world will be the place of places. Nothing else to make but breakfast and love. We'll hang a little sign that just says paradise, population 2. I know together we can make a pretty world for me and for you, for you. It's what I long to do, to make a world with you. We can gather rain enough for the stream to hold our happy faces. When you want a breeze, I'll blow you a kiss or two. Take me in your arms and our little world will be the place of places. Nothing else to make but breakfast and love. We'll hang a little sign that just says paradise, population 2. I know together we can make a pretty world for me and for you, for you. It's what I long to do, to make a world with you, for you. It's what I long to do, to make a world with you.
Diana Soledadji. And she spells her name Soledade. Diana Soledadji, featuring my previous guest, Antonio Adolfo, on the piano in Antonio's original composition, Pretty World, which we also covered during his showcase segment, which preceded Daniela Soledadji's Pretty World with Toda Moderna and Zambambaya. I hope I got that right. Not good at Portuguese. This is Tuesday Lunch with Abe here on The Rock. Thanks for listening.